Hello and welcome back to New Doodles. Today I'm going to be designing a character based on a random color palette. If you're wondering where I got said random color palettes, I basically got it from this website. Its main purpose basically is just that it has a bunch of AI stuff, I don't know, that tries to pick out colors and match them together into a color palette that looks appealing to the human eye. I'll try to leave the link in the description. I believe the name of the website is Coolers or something, but yeah, I'm just leaving the link in the description for you guys. That way you guys can check it out yourselves and make your own color palettes. Now, to walk you through my design process. Basically, the first thing I think of when I see these colors is ocean. My mind immediately jumps to a zombie mermaid or something, I don't know. But yeah, I decided to make this character maybe a bit scary, but also elegant and regal. I figured, I don't know, maybe she's a royal guard or something. The whole point of the first sketch is just to throw out ideas, okay? So I gave her little shoulder pads and decorated them with seashells and pearls. But yeah, I don't know. Basically, the first sketch I ever do of any character that comes to mind is just throwing up a bunch of ideas. I don't know how else to put it. That way, when I do other sketches, I can go back and see my ideas, and then try out different combinations of ideas and get a good idea of how that works. I don't know. I'm just trying to explain my thought process as best as I can to you guys. You guys probably have your own way of designing characters. If so, leave them in the comments below. I would be really interested to hear how everyone else designs their characters. Here I'm trying to place out the colors, so I put a little gray in the background. That way I could get a more even sense of tone or something, I don't know. It just works better when I'm deciding colors. Here, this changed the course of her character forever. I decided to do a little sketch of her. I don't know what she's doing, but I decided to have her hand on the table and I thought, oh, what if she's cleaning something? I don't know why she needs to clean underwater, but she does. I'm assuming cleaning underwater in an underwater society would be just finding a way to kill all the algae while it's still in the water and hasn't settled on anything, I don't know. But yeah, that changed the course of her character design forever. Then I decided to make another little sketch of her. I decided to humanize her a bit and make her more empathetic, I guess, rather than that cold stare we got in the other one. So I amped up her skirt a bit, made it a bit more cartoony, I suppose, and I raised her little seaweed belt and didn't do the fun zigzaggy thing and just made it a regular old seaweed belt. But yeah, I did that. I gave her little, I don't know, what are they called, gladiator boots or something. And then I made little locks go in front of her ears. Locks of hair, I mean. And I decided to put 2 beads underneath each of them. I don't know, I just think it's fun when you have those little floaty shapes on a character. You know they're supposed to be connected to something, but they're just not, and it's just really fun. Because, I don't know, it just looks so nice and stylized. It makes me happy. Here I got a better idea of where I want to place the colors. I don't know if it counts as cheating or not, but I decided to lighten up the blue a lot, so I had one more color to work with. I don't think it counts as cheating. I mean, I'm playing by my own rules here, if I'm being honest. I just figured I could make a character loosely based off these colors. Here I did one final little sketch to really get an idea of which shapes I really wanted to push. And with that, we're on to the final illustration. So here we're on to the final illustration. I'm actually not too terribly unproud of what I did with this one. I think it turned out really nice. I think I learned a few things, because I drew her in an environment that I wouldn't usually think to draw characters in, and yeah, I just am pretty proud of it, so yeah. I hope you all like it. I wasn't sure what concept I wanted to go with. I had a couple in mind, but none of them were really fleshed out all that great. Eventually, I ended up with this concept. Basically, she's just walking her pet goldfish on a leash. She's underwater, so yeah. She's just walking her pet goldfish around on a leash. Cute, wholesome moment between her and her derpy little goldfish. It makes me smile for some reason. I shrunk her head down a bit because I thought it looked a bit off. I'm really proud of the expression I gave her. She just seems so proud of her little goldfish. Here, I'm trying to compose the background a bit. I'm terrible at composing a background, so mainly whenever I draw a background, it's just to fill up space next to the character that I just left empty, rather than to actually set up a proper environment, but I don't think I did too bad of a job this time. Here I'm adding the line art. I actually really like the line art for this one. I think I did just the right amount of cleanup to the point where it just feels natural, but it's not like weird and choppy in some places where I erase too much. I'm terrible at line art cleanup. I really need to either get really confident with my line art lines, or I just gotta get way better at cleanup. But yeah. I decided to give her goldfish like his derpy little tongue sticking out. I don't even know if fish have tongues. I don't know. I'm just really dumb today. I'm sorry, but please let me know in the comments below. I'm too lazy to Google it because it's just such a dumb question. It's just such a dumb question. You really don't have to answer it. But yeah. I decided to give her goldfish a pretty warm color palette. A, because it's a goldfish, durr, and B, because she has a cool color palette, and I figured it would be a nice contrast and draw a bit of attention to her pet goldfish, because in my book, he's the star of the show, even though I put more effort into her. I decided that a bright red leash, like I was planning in my head, would be way too jarring, so I decided on like this muted pink color, and it still pops out next to her and looks pretty bright, so yeah. Here I'm adding the shading. I didn't do anything too different from what I usually do. I just picked a different color than I usually would for shading, a bit on the cooler side. That way it would look like she was underwater, I guess. Here I'm adding all the highlights and all that fun stuff. And here I'm adding the white highlights because I just think they add a little something. I grayed out the background to see if there was any color I was missing. Then I went back to working on the bright white highlights, and oh look, we're working on the background now! I was just testing out different colors to see what would make the background, like, be pushed back further and push the characters forward. I think I did a pretty good job with setting it up and giving the viewer a clear idea of what's in front and what's in back. I also had a lot of fun with the little goldfish. They were honestly kind of challenging. What are you talking about? They're just little fish noodles. Nah, they were kind of tough because I put them on the same layer as the background, and it's kind of hard I don't know, it was just hard for me. Certain things are hard for me that are probably easy for others, and things are easy for me that are probably hard for you. That's just human nature. Go figure. Here I'm adding a glow dodge layer to make it seem like there's a sun above the sea, like there is in real life in the daytime. And I added a bit to her hair and the fish. I feel like it added a metallic element to her hair, and I really like it. I think it just fits the aquatic environment so perfectly for some reason. And as always, I'm going to let you listen to music for the last few seconds of the video. Goodbye.